Hi guys, welcome to another 12 Days of Christmas in July. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple, easy Christmas stocking. Some things that you're going to need, you're going to need some batting. You can choose the thickness yourself, but you know, the thicker it is, the harder it's going to be for you to work with. But yeah, so you'll need some batting, some stick pins, a sewing machine or thread and needle, however you want to do it, a piece of ribbon to make the thing you hang the stocking from, and of course you're going to need some fabric. The gentleman I'm making this stocking for like woodsy outdoor sort of thing, so I've just got for the inside, the lining of the stocking, I just have some sort of brownish tan leaf pattern fabric, and then for the outside just some sort of country woodsy fabric with ducks and deer and owls and things like that on it. Then of course you're going to want a stocking pattern. Now you can go buy one, but they really are simple to just draw out. So I have one here that I've cut out of an old manila folder, and I also have one that I've cut out of like wax paper, parchment paper, and they're two different types. This one's a little bit longer and skinnier, this one's a little bit shorter and wider. I think I'm actually going to use this one, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to need to cut out our fabric and our batting. I just got a ½ yard of each of the fabrics, and it's already folded, so I'm just going to leave it folded and put it here on my table, and then take the other fabric and same thing, ½ yard of it. You may not even need that much, but it's always good to at least have some so you can move it around where you want. And I'm just going to lay it on top of the other piece of fabric since they're already folded. So because we're going to need 2 pieces for the inside and 2 for the outside. And if your fabric is printed only on one side, by going ahead and leaving it folded like it is, then we'll get the shapes cut out in the direction we need to. Otherwise we might get 2 sides pointing in the same direction with the pattern on the same side, and that wouldn't work. So let's go ahead and leave them folded, putting them on top of each other like this, and just sort of building a pile, because I prefer to cut everything out at once. It's just a lot easier. Okay, and then our batting, we're going to want to cut that out too. And actually, now that I think of it, I may put the batting in between the fabric. It makes it a little bit easier to cut out. But you're going to need 2 pieces of this too, so I would go ahead and find a place where it's already folded up for you. Okay, when you have your pile of fabric all together and ready to cut, go ahead and put your pattern on top. Lay it out how you want, the direction you want it to go. Leave a little bit of room around the edges. And then just start pinning it to your fabric. Okay, I've got it all pinned together and my pattern on top, and now we just need to cut it out. Okay guys, I have it all cut out and I have it put together the way I want to sew it. So the fabric that I want on the outside, I have sandwiched between the 2 pieces of batting, and I have the 2 pieces of batting, one on each side of that, so that in the end the right sides are all together, and we will sew that together that way. And then as for the lining, again, take them apart, put the sides together that have your print on them, so that when we sew them, it's right sides together. Okay, so we're going to sew them, and then we'll show you what to do next. Okay, well I have my pieces sewn together so that this one looks like this, with the batting on the outside and the other fabric on the inside, and my lining just simply sewn together like this. So what I'm going to need to do is to open up the lining and turn it right side out. I'll do that really quick. So now that I've got it turned right side out, and I've left a little hole here in the bottom that I'll sew together when I'm done so I can flip it inside out. But make sure you leave a space at the bottom of the lining of the stocking so you can turn it in just a minute. Okay, so take your liner and put it in between your fabric that's for the outside, so that it's basically print facing print. And just go ahead and put that all the way in there. Don't worry about it being perfect on the inside lining up just yet, because what you're really wanting to do is to line it up here at the top so that you can find your seams, like this seam here and this seam for the lining, and you want to line those up and pin them together. Okay, and then same with the back side. Line up your seams, but before you pin those together, you're going to want to get your ribbon or whatever you're using to hang the stocking and slide that down in there too, leaving a little bit hanging over the top. And again, make sure everything's lined up and pin those together. Okay, and just to help you along the rest of the sewing, go ahead and line the side up here, pinning it together, and same with the other side. Okay, and now we'll just give a quick stitch around the top, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I've got it stitched together, and now I'm just going to trim up a little bit around the edge here. I don't want to cut off too much, but we don't really need a lot of excess fabric bulking it up. So just a quick little trim in some of the areas. Like now I can cut off some of this ribbon. Okay, we've got that all trimmed up. Now we need to flip it right side out. This is a good point of why I said to leave the hole in the bottom down here. So we just slowly poke through the entire stocking. I like the way this finishes. That way you don't see any of the seams at all. It's almost the quilted type of stocking going on, where you can't see any of the seams. They're not getting in the way. They're all inside. Just fight with it until you get it all out. If you have to, you can go up through that same hole in the bottom and very gently with your scissor poke out some of the areas here. Okay. Now hold on to your ribbon and just gently start poking in your inner lining. Okay, so it fits perfectly. You can go ahead and iron it if you'd like to, again, set the seams and the edges, but we're just going to go ahead and finish this one up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pull the lining back out and sew the hole up that I'd left in there for myself, and then give it a quick sew around the edge again, just to keep the lining and everything in there where it should be now. And I'll talk to you in a second. Okay, I believe that we're finished. Again, you can take an iron over it, just really gently, and flatten out the stocking just a little bit more, but for the most part, this is our finished stocking. It's really easy and simple, and like I said, the way I sew it leaves no seams, no edges, just it's a cute little stocking that could actually fit quite a bit of little things in here, candy and trinkets. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it encourages you to maybe make your own personalized stockings this year. That'd be great for your loved ones. I mean, that'd be great gifts themselves too, because you could fill them with cooking utensils or Bath and Body Works type stuff or whatever, and just give them as a gift, because again, they get their own homemade personalized stocking from you. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, give it a like, maybe leave a description or a message down in below in a comment of another good idea or something you could embellish it with, or maybe something you could put in it, something like that. So, okay, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.